Welcome everyone, this is Unstoppable Steletsy. We're going to do another Age of Empires 3 Wars of Liberty Great War Age patch preview. Today we're going to be doing the Swedish. You might notice a bit of a different scenery at the start of the video. That's because I want to show the view all cards and show a new aspect of their card options. That's really best shown this way instead of just looking at a deck. Let's go to Military Academy. Notice here, Halbedier cards are gone. I'd like to point out now that Halbedier units have been removed from all of the civs that had them. So Portuguese, Dutch, and Swedish, I think. No more Halbs. The only civ that I think is going to have Halbediers either now or at a later point is going to be the Spanish, which will be a unique unit for them. Main reason being, I think they wanted the Grenadier to be the sort of new mainstream infantry unit, and they didn't want the Halbedier conflicting with that at all, and having the European barracks be too bloated with stuff, which makes a lot of sense to me. But anyways, I just wanted to point out these two sort of columns here. Notice now you actually get a lot of Bevaringar cards. You never used to see this in the Swedish homecity. Now you can get an Age 2 one, and they even get some infinite Bevaringar cards as well. Also notice they get a new icon. That old icon similar to the DE infantry is now updated to more of a modern standard. Also more Grenadier cards have been added as well. This will allow you to include more of these in the Capital Age as well as the Industrial Age. Kinda wish they had one to Age 2 maybe, like some of the other civs have, like the Dutch, but that's alright with me, since at least now you have 3 different reliable H2 home city card options. Before you just had the Hussar and the Volunteer, now you have a decent heavy infantry option as well. That's enough of that though. I guess we could get started with our match. There's quite a few cards to get to today, as well as a couple of other little things I want to go over with the civ. You want to go on this map again, or let's try something different, I guess. Let's do Manchuria. You know, this is another Liga map we use. Not quite for the mainstream Liga, more for the lightning ones. So I guess this would be a good option. Doesn't matter what AI we have. Any AI will work for us, I guess. Who do we get today? Interesting. So we get Nats. Okay. That should be interesting. Yeah. Cool. Alright. So, I'm going to be starting up with my villager queue. And trying to scout around the map a little bit. I think you're going to find this civ to be a little bit more efficient in the early game in terms of applying pressure. You see, there was a weird mechanic before that basically you would have to send the advanced Torps and the advanced Paddock cards to actually get earlier access to the allotments for the cavalry and the infantry. Now, they've made that a standard feature for the civ. So now you can actually get the Bevaringar allotment in Age 2 from the start of the game. And likewise with the Hussatruppe, you can get the Hussatruppe allotment in Age 3 at the start. You don't have to send a card for that anymore. And as such, these two cards have been changed a little bit. So instead of making things earlier, what it does instead is it basically makes the progression, that being the rate at which the allotments cost more and more with each send, cheaper. The initial allotment will also be cheaper. So pretty much what you can enjoy with the Swedish now is just more easier gameplay with the allotments. It's not as out of reach now to the average person, which I think is pretty good, since that's sort of the glue that gets their early combat going pretty much. Yeah, so I think we're going to get Land Manipari first. Even if we don't really do anything else, at least that'll be available to us when we get the market up. How many villas are we going with? Looks like foreign king was reduced a bit to 10% on how it affects the allotments. That makes a lot of sense since technically the advanced Torps and the advanced Paddock have a greater effect now than they did before in terms of cheapening the costs. So yeah, definitely. I wonder if the allotments look generally the same as in terms of how early we can get them on average. We'll have to see though. That'll be seen.
You are dressed for travel and armed for hunting. The best you can come up with is a few coins.
Yeah, I don't need coins for Bevaringar spamming. Well, wait a minute, you actually do. I think the allotments do cost coin, actually. So, my bad on that one. Definitely do need those coins for that. So this is a wood treasure. Let's back off. I'd rather get one of the lions dead for free for my ability. I guess we could get them started on the wood first. Cool, let me get this one. Just making sure it's the right one I want. I think for our second card we're going to get the Norland logging in Age 2. I'd rather be on the side of precaution and have enough wood early on to start doing stuff. Because obviously you need to build a lot of houses to keep sending the allotments. It's not like some of the other abilities you get in the game where it doesn't matter how many houses you have, you can just keep spamming stuff. This one you actually have to pay attention to that. Yeah, start with hunting dogs, then we can get, I guess, which one would be better? Probably placer mines, yeah. Oh, let's get Grey Coat. That way we'll have a bit of defense. Then I'll get the Gang Saw next. This is the cool thing about Lamp Mana Party is you end up getting a lot more villages out of it in the long haul than you do by having basic villager cards, I feel like. And you end up making more wood in the long run too, because instead of worrying about shipping in more vills, for instance, you can just worry about getting additional wood trickles down. It's kind of nice that way. So I'm going to get Nolan logging now. By the time we can get our next shipment, we'll be able to get ourselves, I think, the advanced Torps. I think we want to go for allotments right away just to see how good they are with the new effect on the advanced Torps. Alright. Let's move this up a bit. I'm going to try to push it in a bit easier. There we go. Well, less walking time for us. I think we can afford Yep. It's good that they adjusted that. I remember in one of the Liga games it showed it offset to like 211, which was totally wrong. Now the cost appears to be corrected. That's nice. Built second fort with fort wagon. But the pods don't get forts though. That doesn't make a lot of sense.
As arrows.
Yeah, let's get that now. Or get that out of the way so we can start sending these right away. Yeah, let's get a house too. Necesito una casa. I mean, I think we're doing pretty alright right now. What do you think? Let's get some of this, get one of these, 2 more free villas on the way. I'm just curious if you like keep a balance gather like this, a balanced macro. Are you able to really get a lot of allotments early on compared to when you could before? That's going to be seen once I get barracks down. But I don't know yet. Do we want to get a second sawmill first? Just so we have enough wood to keep it going. I might just get another sawmill now. The earlier you get it, the better off you are, I think. Yeah, definitely. Placer mine, how much does that cost? Get that wood over there. Get that one crate, yep. That way I can afford placer mines right away. And then we can get the steel traps next. And then we'll basically be good until Capital Age, I think, when we can get the circular saw. And then mercantilism lasts. Wait a minute, does mercantilism give you a villager anymore? Doesn't look like it, alright. That's good to know. Used to be able to get a villager from it, I think. Guess they modified that since it's not really a mainstream market tech. Yep, let's get this next. I think we're in good shape now to get our barracks up and then our torps. If we run into any trouble, I could obviously ship in some Bevaringars or a Hussar. It's really nice that we have these now at our disposal. How much for amalgamation? Yeah, I'll get that next. I usually find it better to just have an idle vill by your sawmills, just so he's always grabbing the crates. To me, that's a peak efficiency. Alright, let's get our torps down over here. Nice. Put that down. This will provide us a bit of population off the bat, so we don't have to worry about too many houses just yet. Oh nice, they even changed the big button to use the icon. That's a good attention to detail right there. That's really nice. Because I would have expected them to keep the old Beveringer icon on and to make it look anachronistic, but that's nice that they actually updated the artwork and paid attention to that little detail. Just shows you how dedicated the whole team is to this mod. It's pretty impressive actually. So let's see. So the star and resources is about 180 on everything. It's actually not bad actually. You can get a pretty good stream going right away with that. Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think that's alright. What do you think? I mean, then you can obviously get a third one pretty quickly, and then if you switch some onto this, you probably could even get another one pretty quickly too. Yeah, I mean, we're into what allotment number? We need a house. We need a house to get the next one. Oh, let's do this card. RIT Bank. In the past, what it did was it basically added a coin trickle to your market, which it ended up never doing, making it a bug card. So, you know what the devs decided? You know what? No more of this crazy gather action on buildings nonsense. Let's just give you a bank, since banks always work, right? On top of that, you could technically put an H2, which makes it even better. This is awesome. Look at this. Look at this allotment. Look at how cheap they are now with the advanced Torps card and its buffing. You're literally ready for anything now, right? Literally nothing you can do. Got such a huge mass on them. Oh yeah, I can already afford another allotment. This is actually really, really efficient. Really peak efficiency here. I feel like I got just about everything I need to keep a decent army coming out. We're already into, what, the 5th allotment or whatever. Still, it's actually very cheap. This is awesome. This is really what the Swedes need to keep a decent mass going. Now, I think in realistic multiplayer gameplay, you're going to see players obviously rushing them a lot earlier to prevent them from getting such a comfortable macro like this, but obviously if you're not pressuring them too early, they can set up a really good mass like this that they can really screw you over with if you're not careful. So if you're facing against the Swedes, just keep in mind how good these allotments are now, so you can stop them in their tracks before they become a serious threat to you. I think we'll go up to the Capital Age next. See what sorts of cool stuff awaits us there. This is awesome. Like, I already have like 54 of these. I've been able to keep a relatively good mass of them through this whole match in such a short amount of time. Like, here's his war hut right here. We can already start to take on his forward base here. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't really matter because if we lose these, we can recover them just as quickly with the allotments. Yeah, I mean, we're doing a decent job here. And then we can obviously take out his war hut and send him... Yes, I mean, we're actually almost ready to kill him at this point. It's kind of nice. Yep. Oh yeah, we're totally competent here. Yep. Totally a competent force at this point. Doesn't matter if he has archers or not, we can still win in numbers. Oh yeah, look at this. This is brutal. It's absolutely brutal. Oh, it is. And then we can actually afford to age up as well. I mean, I'll probably just get Hussars, I think, since, you know, Hussars are a strong suit for the Swedish Civ. Yeah, he's got Cherokee Riflemen. I might try to back out now, since we're not doing as much. Yeah, let's try to get out here now. I think, oh yeah, absolutely. We really did well there. That was definitely a good investment. You know, that allotment. We did a lot of damage. I mean, if that was a human player, they probably would have already resigned by then. Because that is a lot of pressure to deal with for an average player. Let's get the advanced Paddock now, too. I mean, we're already going towards Capital Age, so we can then see how good the allotment prices are on the cavalry option as well. Let's get renovations. They actually did change the way the renovations work a bit, so they all do about 10% improvement on the buildings, and they all cost about 200 wood and 200 coin now, so it's constant. Before, what it did was each one would be a lot stronger, and it would obviously be a lot more expensive in wood. Now it's more standardized for standard play, which is great. Now you don't have to invest so much wood into it anymore, which is kind of nice. Only downside is obviously you're not going to get as much benefit from it before, when it did a lot more as you went up to like the level 5 renovations. So this is the starting cost for a Hussar troop allotment. For about, what would that be? Let's look at the number. How many units is that? We can get one of these. So for about 6 of these, only 180 food, 180 wood, and 180 coin. That's actually really efficient. That is actually really good. Now, because you don't get foot artillery, you don't get 2 foot artilleries as an option for Swedish in Age 3. What I figured you might be able to do now is get 2 Grenadiers and to compensate for it, since Grenadiers are probably the next best thing at blowing up infantry with. So let's try that out. Let's try to get these 2 Grenadier cards and see if they really do compensate for the lack of artillery options we have for Age 3 in the home city. Oh, we can actually already go up to up to the industrial age. That's kind of insane, actually. Yeah. I actually have a bit of a fun idea once we get up there too. We'll have to see if I can do it or not. I think the bard will oblige. I think it doesn't really matter since we got so many units anyways. Got a bit of an idea to test a fixed card now. Oh yeah, this is actually really pleasant. It's really pleasant. Oh, he's attacking now. That's alright. You got enough to deal with this, I think. Then you obviously throw these forward. It's actually really nice, yeah. Oh, brutal. The Grenadiers did they got them into a good position, too. So yeah, I do feel Grenadiers can be used in place of artillery at times, especially for the Civ the Swedes, who doesn't have the option of 2-foot artilleries. So the plan is we're gonna get to capital, get to the Industrial Age, and then I'm gonna send a very special card to see how powerful it really is in practice. So that card is gonna be called the new RIT Stag. This is a card that previously didn't work. What it does is it makes your Imperial Age politicians cheaper. So it makes both the food and the coin costs cheaper for all the Imperial Age politicians. And pretty much, as you can see here, we can actually afford it immediately. Which is really nice. Actually, very nice. How much is that? I'm thinking, you know what, why don't we get this now? So that way we can ship 2 steel guns now. And then, when we get another shipment, as we get to the Imperial Age, let's send that. Oh, wait a minute, I didn't put steel guns in here. That's alright. Because there's actually something else I could use that for. Let's ship this in. Yuan Legion. So, do you remember the old Polish cavalry mercenary? I think it was called a Vistula Lancer. I guess they've sort of removed any sort of Polish Lancer cards like that and replaced them with Yuans. Really, for any of the Civs, it will use the old Vistula Lancer icon, I think, but it'll have a bit of updated artwork. We'll have to see how the stats are on it. But the cool thing now is if you totally mark it into this. Oh, let's retreat from that. We can actually afford Imperial Age like right now, which is great. Wait a second, what happened here? It looks like what's that? That's strange. So it doesn't do it for both resources, it only does it for one of them. Is that right? So these are like regular Yuans, right? They don't have any sort of anti-inf multiplier. That's interesting. I mean, that's totally fine, but still, I'd still think that's a decent shipment, honestly. Then I would send this now too. I guess they fixed this card as well. Liver Gemental till Hast. So now they will boost the cavalry and the explorers near them. Oh, this is great. I definitely dig this new Swedish Civ. Like, they definitely have a lot going for them. Also, let's get some Grenadiers too. Grenadiers in particular might be really good now, because they had a bit of a improvement to them, I should say. And the Yeti's already over here. Why is he going out of this way to, like, attack me up here? You'd think he'd go into a normal area to attack. Oh, he's got Corsairs. Better be careful of those. I'm gonna throw these up at the archers. So notice here, now you got Hohvakt Grenadiers. That used to be the royal guard name of the Halbediers, but since you don't get Halbs anymore, now the Grenadiers get that. Get that RG. Let's see how they look. Do they look any different than they usually do, or still pretty average? We'll see. I would love to go forward here and grab that.
My dominion of the land and all of its inhabitants has begun.
Självklart.
Oh, nice. So they do get improved stats, though. That's all. That's all that matters.
Kämpa. Självklart. Kämpa. Jaka till strid.
Then obviously you can really buff into these allotments too.
Ja. Uppfatta. Byggmästare.
Oh, this is really nice, actually. So apparently the Hods still get Halbedier cards, though. From what's that? Renegade Dutch? That's strange. Probably have to have that update, I think, to something more relevant. Maybe the Grenadiers or something. Oh, we're killing it, though. We're doing really good. Where are these Halbs? These Halbs are a serious threat. Should be able to handle the rest of this stuff, though. Yeah, I think so. Those are getting a little pricey, so maybe not those. Maybe we can just get the Bevaringars individually. Let's get that down. Then I'll ship in some Grenadiers. Wait a second, how did you get that many horses? That's brutal. It's not nice. Yeah, another one of these. These are so nice. Oh yeah, this is totally manageable, this army. Like, I don't have any problems at all controlling this. Let's get the church. Could definitely use an XP trickle too. Could ship in some Skirms or next. Yeah, let's get some Skirmies. Oh yeah, I should point out that this card here, for Zansorant, is now an Age 3 card. And I think it's actually had its movement speed effect improved, actually. That should be really good for players to enjoy now. Because before you'd have to wait till like super late game to get skirmishers that have extra range. Now you can enjoy that in Age 3. Let's get these stables out of here. I don't want to make any more cavalry. Oh yeah, I mean, we could send another one of these even. That's great. Alright, let's make a Hoff, like those, right? Hoffs are pretty nice. Oh, we're doing great right now. Definitely really good. Yep. Get that down. Nice. Brutal, brutal, brutal. Look at this. It's still building, it looks like. Well, we're definitely doing better than we did yesterday with the Greeks. The Swedish civ is really top notch in terms of fighting. Let's get this now, just so we can get some extra range on our skirms. It's great that we can get this in Age 3, like I said before, because now you can really take advantage of that FF if you apply it to the skirmishers you're training. You'll be able to kite out even their enemy skirms. One thing to note here, the Hoff now actually does a bit of XP trickling as well now, not just the main church. Also, some of the more religion-related technologies at the Hoff were removed since there really weren't much better replacement effects for them, like the pendant and the Can't remember what the other one was. Those two have been removed. All you got now is the Santa Claus one, the Yule Log, the Dowel Horse, the Viking Revival, and also the Midsummer. Oh, we're doing fine right now. That's actually cool. I didn't know that. I guess the Native Americans can actually still build the teepees or the totems to get an XP out of them. That's great. It's actually really nice that they kept that feature, because I would have thought for sure they would remove the totems after they remove religion. It looks like they can still benefit from those. Let's get more skirmishers with that extra 2 range applied to them. Just trying to... Yeah, let's get an Imperial Age. Why not? Real soon, yeah. I mean, I think we're technically alright right now with the army we got, but why not? Power is power. The more of it you got, the better. Yep, get the steel guns. Steel guns are a really nice unit to have. Oh, I can definitely... This is actually really nice. Definitely like this new setup for the Swedes. Got a lot of potential now. Between the RG Grenadiers and the cheaper allotments, I think Swedes have a real good place in the Great War patch. Also, the cheaper Imperial Age, thanks to their fixed technology card, the new RIT Stag, that'll definitely help them in reaching Great War Age. Yep, good game overall, you know. It's glad that I actually went through the changelog yesterday and realized, hey, the Swedes had quite a few changes themselves. Why don't we do them? Definitely a great idea overall. So I'm glad I got to show this to you really quick and got to show you their home city as well, and show you all the nice Bevaringar and Grenadier cards they have now at their disposal. That'll be it for this Civ. I'll check their post game just to show you how good they did. So even though I was really down on the resources and military, I was able to kill large volumes of units just because I was able to get the mass earlier. He made more units than I did, but because I was able to get large swarms with the allotments, that made more of a difference on the battlefield. That could probably hold true against human players as well. Like, you saw how cheap the allotments are. It's about like 180 at the start if you send their advanced building card first. That's actually really nice. So, hopefully I'll see you for the next one. We'll probably be doing, I don't know, Italy or USA next. Maybe Central America. Those are the next ones I'd probably want to go over. See you for the next one. Signing out now.